ever hit a golf ball that hit somebody or something that it shouldn't have along the way, the golf course, or?
Oh, I can think of lots of examples of that.
I can't think of anything specifically that I've hit. I just know I've hit a lot of balls where they shouldn't have gone.
Remember that time I hit that guy's bag as he was driving away? Thank God.
Unbelievable.
Wow, that was amazing. That was a line drive. If that would have got that guy's head, that would have been a big problem. That would have knocked him out cold, if not killed him. But it just so happened, as the ball was making its way to him at an alarming closure rate, he got on the cart and started to drive away, and it was the driving away that saved him. And
the ball chased him, though. The ball curved in the same direction the cart went.
Like a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
And then slapped into the bag.
Green.
Didn't want to hit that lady?
Man.
That's right.
Nice.
Four!
Heads up!
Good hitter. Uh-oh. I yelled. I mean... Are you okay?
Heads up!
Bummer.
Was she okay?
Yeah, she was okay. She was fine.
Yeah.
She was great. Actually, I think she was better for being hit. Kind of woke her up. She wasn't. She was kind of just sleeping. The Hawaii Supreme Court has ruled a golfer may not be liable for mistakenly hitting another golfer with an errant ball.
Well, now there you go. See,
unanimous decision too.
You know what? I've never thought about it, but I suppose there are people that do sue for that.
Of course there are.
Hey, I was wondering, what happens if you hit your ball so hard it goes out of the course and hits a car?
Well,
that happens.
I would assume
too.
we got the same. Maybe this ruling might.
I would say it would include that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Good question though. What's the what's the person or thing that you've hit with a golf ball that you actually worried that you might get sued?
Yeah. Because actually, I mean, there's lots of golf courses that are bordered by roads, and you have a stray ball, and it could strike it could break a windshield at a critical moment and cause an accident.
I always find myself blaming the course or the people driving near. It's like, well, why are you driving there?
Yeah.
You know there's a golf course here. You live there here, for Christ's sake. Why'd you build your house right next to the course?
There you go.
Nuts?
Yeah.
Didn't you know people like us were coming along?
Well, that's what gets me is these people that are mad because your ball's in their yard. It's like, what do you expect? You're on a golf course.
You're on a golf course, you an idiot.
God almighty.
Who gets mad about that?
Well, people that live near a course, really? You're in their yard taking a whiz or something, and while you look for your ball.
I mean, I know how it feels.
Well, now that I understand.
Oh, come on. You know as well as anyone.
It's hard to golf when you have a full bowel.
Now that didn't happen, did it?
No.
I don't think so.
Please tell me.
No.
Hey, if you've hit anything good with a golf ball, either person or property, 313-298-WRIF, or drop us an email. Just look at all the people who've been bailed out by this decision. I love this.
Yeah.
Anything with your golf ball.
Well, it's not intentional, you know. I mean,
no. It's always an accident because you can't hit. Yeah. You're not accurate enough to hit something that you want to hit.
Well, the thing of it is too. I mean, you spend your whole life with that club hitting 120 yards, and then there's always that one time when you smack it 190.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just enough to overtake the clowns in front of you and cause some major damage.
Hey, Brad, what'd you hit with the golf ball?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going this morning, guys?
How you doing? We'll work at your pace. What'd you hit with a golf ball?
My buddy Steve and I are out at the Lion. Parked the cart a little too far from the tees. First thing we say when we get up to the tee box is, wow, bet one of us is going to crank that cart. I hit first, put one off into the rough. He lines one up and cranks it right in the ass end of the cart.
Uh-oh.
Goes right back at us.
Ooh.
Right over our heads into the pond behind us. Can't believe he didn't break the cart. Funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, it didn't hurt anything in the cart?
Didn't break the cart. So
we're not taking calls on things that don't get injured.
Yeah, we want injuries here.
There's too many injuries out there to talk about. Is this Greg?
Yeah.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. What'd you hit?
Well, actually, it hit us. We were driving down Tinkin Road, and I just happened to glance off to the left, and I see this ball bounce or comes over the green there, and it hits the sidewalk next to the road, takes a nice bounce, and lands and sticks right into our windshield.
Ooh.
And we're both looking at each other. He damn near drove off the road, so we decided to drive over to the golf course, see what they're going to do about it.
It's not their fault.
And, well, of course, they say, well, we're not taking responsibility for that. You can't even prove it was from our golf course.
Well, what are you doing driving there anyway?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what what we were thinking going down the road, but that's the funniest thing. We drove around like that for 3 days to show everybody what happened.
How much did it end up costing you?
Well, it was my buddy's car. It didn't cost me a dime, but, he asked me if I'd lend him some money. I said, hell no.
That's how you think.
I love his attitude. No, you can't.
No, it's
Riff.
That's good.
Hey,
He's
Rich.
got it right.
Hello. How you doing?
Hey.
Not bad.
Did you hit somebody?
Mine was a little worse than that. No. A buddy of mine and his dad got in from Tennessee, and we were playing Arrowhead out by the Palace.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Got to the 17th hole. There wasn't a soul around the whole day, and we teed off on that little par 3. They both shot. I get up to shoot. I sculled the wedge a little too hard, and it ricocheted off the back end of the green, and it ricocheted 50 yards. I'm like, what the hell was that? I thought it hit a tree or something. All of a sudden, we hear this, and come around the corner. There's 2 old couples sitting back there, and this woman's laying on the back of the cart with a big knot on the back of her head.
Oh.
Yeah,
Could you just keep driving like you had nothing to do with it? Like you were looking for the third hole or something?
I thought, no, I better at least, follow her back to the clubhouse.
Now, why would you make such an insignificant effort to act like you cared?
Yeah, you should have just kept driving. Like, anybody seen the clubhouse? Drive by. Where's the clubhouse?
It was right up by where they were going, right up by the cars.
No.
So that's where we were heading, was to the cars.
How badly was she hurt, or was she exaggerating? Was she kind of a drama queen?
If you would have seen this, she had a perfect golf ball size knot, right?
Yeah.
You dirty, dirty son of a bitch.
I'm so fast to accuse her of faking. She's got a golf ball size knot.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Boy, it hurts.
Is it Steve?
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Good. You hit somebody with a golf ball?
I got a classic one. Oh, best.
Awesome.
Remember guests last year at the Country Club of Detroit? We're making the turn. We're coming up on the 9th green. The clubhouse is over to the far right. The club president is playing in our foursome, and I'm carrying a bag for this guy who just rockets one about 30 yards right of the green, right into the clubhouse, blows out a big stained window. The club president is so steamed at the turn, he doesn't say a word on the back 9. I get a $100 tip from this guy for carrying his bag, and he doesn't even offer to pay for the window.
Oh, nice guy.
Is that right?
It was classic.
Well, the window's in the way.
And the club president afterwards, he pulls me over afterwards. He's like, I don't want you to ever be on that guy's bag if he comes back, because it's a 3-day tournament. And I was like, that's $100 a day. I can't turn that down. So, I told him, reverse your tee time till later in the afternoon. Tell him you got appointments so you can't tee off early. I made $400 in 3 days, and it was the funniest thing I ever did.
Well, was this guy just a horrible shooter or what?
Well, he had a fifth of Crown Royal. He kept knocking back. And his bag must have weighed like 70 pounds, but that was great.
Whoa, heads up there.
Whoa.
I can't understand, why is the club president so mad at the guy? It's an errant shot.
Yeah.
It's just a bad shot. Come on, you've been on golf courses long enough. Jeez.
Oh, man.
God, I just like to play this game invisibly.
Is this Jay?
Yep.
What'd you hit, Jay?
I actually hit my grandfather.
Oh, no.
Bummer.
Yeah, he was sitting in the cart next to me as I was approaching my shot, literally 90 degrees off from me, and I was probably 12 or 13 when it happened. I went to take my shot, hauled off. It was a 7-iron, knocked the crap out of the ball right into his knee.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
And how bad was he hurt?
Well, he had to go in to have some bone chips taken out of his knee afterwards.
Oh, bone chips out of his knee? Oh,
yeah, he wasn't real happy with me. In fact, I don't think we ever golfed again together.
Man, it's hard to injure Grandpa, too.
Man.
I mean, usually they're not doing anything even remotely dangerous.
Oh, right to the knee.
But isn't it funny when you hit a ball at an angle like that? You really wonder if, in the world of physics, how did I do that?
Well, that was the first thought in my head is, how in the hell did I hit him?
Yeah,
no way it should have happened.
It's incredible. Is this James?
Hey, how you doing today, guys?
What'd you hit?
Man.
I was golfing.
You'd have been on the green if you'd have hit it straight.
Okay, what happened?
Well, the wind was blowing out, and I usually hit a 7-iron about 150. I was on a par 3, and we're stuck behind
You don't hit a 7-iron 150. Come on, just because you're on the radio, don't start
includes that in the story.
Don't start leaping 30 yards for your club.
Okay, well, all right, fellas. That I hit we'll say a 5-iron.
Okay, that's more like it.
Either way, I'm stuck behind these two old guys and just drinking, taking their sweet time. And I'm thinking to myself, all around, man, I'd love to hit one of these guys, but I wasn't doing it intentionally. Get up to the green, wind's blowing right towards it, smoke it with a nice little slice, about probably 15 yards farther than I should have. Didn't take the wind into effect. It comes up right on this guy on the tee box, takes his beer right out of his hand, right into his face, bloody nose. I get up there, the guy cursing and swearing at me. He's got his own blood and his beer all over him.
Oh, God, man. It's hard to golf when you have a full bowel. Oh, wow. One thing they do here, they're tight on the clock, and there's these two old guys that are just all over everybody.
Well, so the guy's nose wasn't broken or anything, was it?
He's gone.
Oh, okay.
Great story.
We're celebrating the fact that you're not liable for what your golf ball hits. This is beautiful. It went to the state Supreme Court in Hawaii.
Supreme Court.
And they ruled that you're not liable for errant golf balls.
That's terrific.
There's kind of a common knowledge that not every shot played by a golfer goes exactly where he intends it to go.
That's for sure.
Adding there wouldn't be much sport in the sport of golf if balls went exactly where the player wanted. The ruling makes it clear a golfer who intentionally hits a ball to inflict injury or recklessly hits a ball knowing injury is likely would not be exempt. But, you know, it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what'd you hit?
I didn't hit anything. My buddy hit a bird on the very first tee, the very first swing. He's never golfed before. The ball goes rocketing out about 4 inches above, kills the bird dead on.
Dead on.
Oh,
that
man.
was it.
It was so spooky, and everybody's goofing on him. You know, you got a birdie, but the guy felt so bad. It was really...
Yeah, that would bum me out, definitely.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
the best golfer here. Wait till I tell everyone about it. You stink.
Of course, that's what everybody would be saying if I did that. Is this Craig?
Yeah.
You hit something with a golf ball?
Yeah, I didn't. My buddy did.
Oh, what'd he hit?
We were playing at Bruce Hills, and he lost his ball. He shot it, and all of a sudden we heard and we went walking over there, and he hit some woman in the head with the ball.
Ooh.
And he felt really bad. She had a big old knot on her head.
Oof.
Her husband was there and said that she'd be all right, and it was just an accident, you know.
The husband saying, "I don't worry about her. She'll be all right."
Yeah.
How ancient was she?
She was probably about 60 years old.
Yeah, boy.
God, that reminds me of this old bat I was caddying for at Birmingham Country Club when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on the 9th green. And this guy hit this line shot. She was kind of overweight.
Feel free to chime in, Craig.
And the ball direct, just a straight on line shot, hit her right in the stomach. She just go, oh! The minute you said like that, that's when you know you've struck a human. There usually is a ooh, and it was exactly like the Oswald shooting. When Oswald went, and bent over at the waist. It was exactly that.
That reminded me of two
She went away on a card. I never saw her again. Never got my tip.
When I was at Vatek, we came back from the bars one night, and I think we've been to a couple 25-cent fraternity parties too. Just bombed. I mean, bombed off our ass.
Yeah,
and there was this golfer who was with us. Everybody called him Dad. I don't know why they called him Dad. He had this real thick Southern accent. He's from Georgia or somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyways, like, hey, anybody want to see me hit one straight as hell down this hallway? And he was always hitting balls down the hall, and he wanted to prove that his drive was so straight.
Yeah.
So he puts the ball on the carpeting.
This ain't gonna
work.
work.
Just as he's in his backswing, I hear a door open.
I was just gonna say, can I guess?
I swear to God,
the door. Yeah,
and I'll never forget who it was. It was our second baseman, Dan Greal. He had red hair,
and he turns
pink wiener. He turns right to face us, just as the club head is hitting the ball, and the ball went straight, but just at a slight angle. I mean, he was a deer in headlights. He was frozen. I mean, if he could have dove one way or the other, he would have missed it. But it took him
like slow motion.
That half second to process. Oh my God, Dad's hitting a golf ball down the hallway.
Yeah.
And then boom, right in the nuts.
Right in the nuts.
In
the abnormally
pink wiener. And he was
wiener.
down, and I don't think he got up for an hour and a half. I swear to God, he was laying there, and we were taking turns, kind of doing visitation and stuff.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
But he had been sleeping. It was during final exam week, and we were all done, just partying our asses off, and he wasn't done. He had like 2 on the last day.
Oh, man.
And so he had woke up to go to the study room.
So hurt. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. His normally pink wiener was so red.
Oh, you whore.
Every time I've seen him since, that's the first thing I think of, too, is that look on his face when that ball was traveling. And this guy was a good golfer, too. He hit the tar out of it.
Oh, God almighty. Surprising. Oh, my God. Surprised he's ever able to have kids. Jeez. That would have... Oh, my God, I can't imagine. That would black you out.
And then the other one I remember was not a golf ball. We were throwing the frisbee on the beach.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of people there. We should not have been throwing the frisbee. People were on towels and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Was Dad there?
Dad was not in attendance.
Is Dad there?
It was long before I met Dad. We were about 12 or 13.
Oh, okay.
And I threw this frisbee, and it was pretty errant. And the guy I threw it to just went running for it and not looking at what he was running towards.
Stepped right on somebody.
He ran stepped right on top of this old bag who was just sitting there on her towel. And I mean, it was like his knee to her head. I mean, they both tumbled. It was like they both rolled down the hill Dudley Moore style in 10.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, my God.
And her friend was just screaming at him, like, what are you doing? Because everybody it looked like he just decided to run into an old bag.
Yeah, sure.
He was chasing a frisbee.
Okay, dude!
It's excellent.
Oh, my God.
Let's see. Is this Jay?
Do we ever have the email? Oh, my God, we must have 100 emails on stories.
Hey, Jay. Jay?
Yeah, I'm here.
What'd you hit?
All right. I wasn't much of a golfer. I was just kind of learning. My buddies are all telling me, you got to go to these par threes. So I went to a par three out in Rochester, the Hamptons, and it's surrounded by condos and a little bike path.
Yeah.
I step up to the first tee, put my ball on my driver, and I slice it right onto a guy who's riding a bike right down the side of the path, knocked him off the bike.
Oh, man. Knocked him off the bike?
Knocked him off the bike. I don't know if I really hit him because I think it hit the bike and just scared him, and he just walked out right on the path.
Right, I'll bet.
Oh, man. How bad was he hurt?
God.
Very first shot.
Was he hurt badly?
No, he got right up and kept.
Hope nobody's hurt badly.
I apologize, I'm a first-time golfer, so.
Oh, man.
Sorry, ladies, I'm not the golfing type.
Oh, man, that's good.
God. Oh, jeez.
Let's see, is this Nathan?
Yeah, it's Nathan.
You got nailed?
Oh, I got nailed pretty good.
What happened?
Me and my dad and my mom were up golfing when I was probably 8 years old up in Traverse City, up the Crystal Lake area. And we were up on this one par three, and I was golfing with my mom on the women's tees because I sucked. And
the women's tees? I don't care if you're 8. You should be on the women's tees.
Yeah, I know. My dad had taken 2 shots over the water already and put 2 in the drink, so me and my mom started walking down towards the women's tees, and he decides, hey, what the hell, one more shot. So he takes a sliced ball, puts it up on a tee, and takes a whack. Slices right in the side of my face.
Ooh.
Hits me right below the eye.
Oh.
Takes out my nose, knocks me out cold.
Oh, my God.
Man.
I woke up about 2 hours later in the back of the car on the way to Frankfurt Hospital, and 6 stitches later, and looked like the Elephant Man.
6 stitches? That was all the damage?
Yeah, 6 stitches. They said 1 inch higher would have probably knocked out my vision.
Oh, God.
And if it would have hit me in the temple, probably would have killed me.
Oh,
it's really weird.
God, man. See, it's true. This can happen.
We were
playing
football in this big field behind my house when I was a kid, and these older guys were hitting golf balls. And for some reason, and I don't know why, but I think so there were just a bunches of people playing around, and nobody should have been hitting golf balls there. I mean, it was totally stupid. So this guy launches a drive, and it was at enough of an angle that you would never think that it would go in this direction, but sure enough, it did.
Yeah.
These people were playing. They were playing tetherball or something. I just thought of Napoleon.
Yeah.
And it hit this guy in the head, and it was somebody that lived on my street.
Yeah. And
he was in my classes the next year. Anyway, this ball hit him so hard in the head that, first of all, I went to the hospital, and, I mean, his whole face was black and blue. It was so awful.
Oh, absolutely.
And, I mean, we were scared to death. He was dead or something.
Yeah.
The ambulance came, and it was just brutal. Anyway, he was in my class the next year, and for about half the school year, he would raise his hand in class. The teacher would call him, and he couldn't get words out. He'd be like,
"Oh, you're kidding!"
His head was so screwed up. It took him about half a year before he could talk when he wanted to.
Oh God!
You're right.
Remember, I got clocked in the face. Me and a buddy were in his backyard, and we just decided to hit golf balls. And there was this brick pile about 20 feet in front of us. And we thought, well, hell, we're going to be lifting it over the brick pile. Christ. Well, no, he hit that thing, that ball hit that thing, ricocheted right straight back, hit me right under the eye, broke my glasses.
Oh, no.
And then we were like, maybe that's what saved me.
So did you have to make up a story about how you broke your glasses?
That's
the first thing.
No, I had a big shine.
Hey, this sounds like a good one. Is this Joe?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Joe, go ahead.
Hey, guys. Yeah, my in-laws have a condo in Florida, and it's right on the golf course.
Yeah, right.
So I'm not the best golfer in the world. My son and I are out there.
You stink. Okay.
Exactly. Well, I hook one, and like in slow motion, they have their sliding window open, hits the porch, goes right inside, and you just hear it ricocheting around, busting things.
What did it break? Do you remember?
Oh, I walked over there, and think, gosh, I'm sorry. Well, he's yelling up a storm. She's like, take it easy. And there's a mirror that's broken in there, light fixtures, indentations in the ceiling of the ball.
Oh, my God.
Man. Holy smokes.
That sounds like that bird that Ned brought into my house, and it was still alive, and I was like, Ned! And then, of course, he looks up at me like, I got a bird. And the bird flies out of his mouth and is flying all over the house, crapping everywhere while I'm chasing it.
Oh, I can imagine.
I'm so scared.
Oh, man.
First it was in Ned's mouth for about 2 minutes, and then it was me chasing it around the house with a broom.
Oh, God.
Gross. It crapped everywhere it went. It was unbelievable. I was cleaning up for hours afterwards.
Yeah, first the cat almost killed it, and then you almost...
I should have sold it.
Sell the house at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Win?
Yep, you got me, buddy.
How you doing, man?
Hey, great show.
Thanks.
Hey, I was stationed over in Camp Zama, Japan. You know how them Japanese guys just love to golf?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was in this best ball tournament, and sure enough, I was the first one to get up there and hit, and you know how all them eyes just look.
Oh, I hate that.
Ah, it's horrible.
I hate that.
Well, I go ahead and whack one.
Yeah.
It hits the blue ball, ricochets off the blue ball into the baggage area, and you're talking about scattering some. Wow. And then we're drinking a beer a hole.
Easy.
Right?
Take it easy now.
We get to the 11th hole, and we're on this hill.
You got Hiroshima scattering through people.
We see this golf cart down there, and we're waiting and waiting. We probably waited about 3 minutes, but it seemed like forever.
Yeah.
And I go ahead and tell my buddy Bill, go ahead and rip one, right? So he gets up there and just hits one of these low worm burners, and all of a sudden this Japanese dude comes running out of this bush, and we yell for. Well, that was his biggest mistake. So he stopped, and it looked like he got clothesline and hit him in the hip.
Oh.
So we hurry up, and we drive down to see if he's all right. And,
yeah.
But you know how you got to be laughing.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, right.
Well, we get down there.
Plus, you yelled and he stopped. If he just kept running, nothing would have happened to him.
Yeah.
That was his big mistake.
Yep.
We get down there, and he's got this giant bruise on his hip. And the worst part about it, we couldn't golf the rest of the day because every time we seen him, he was limping. We apologized. We got to the clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
You stink. Enough drink.
Yeah, you feel bad. Oh, you bought him a drink?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What happened to you?
Well, I'm on the tee in a company golf tournament. I'm standing there. I make a big shot, hit a beautiful drive. All of a sudden, the wind just carried it, and I yelled, 4. Guy hit right in the stomach. Get up there. It's my boss.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Hell, he's standing there. He's got this crater on his belly. He looked like a black hard-boiled egg there.
Oh, what a pussy. He was fine.
God, it hurts so bad to get hit by a golf ball. It so hurts.
Hey, Damien, what happened?
We were on our golf league, and we were on the green, and the guy in front of us, who was kind of wild, sliced one about 100 yards to the left, about a foot and a half, and hit a woman coming up the first tee, right, square in the knee, and busted her knee in two.
God. Oh, you're kidding. It
really broke it?
It was screaming. They broke it. They never moved her. The ambulance had to come off the first tee to pick her up.
Oh, my God.
That's what you call the Mike Clark slice. She was not a small woman. And he goes, she usually shoot them when you break their legs.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a fine thing
God,
to say.
is that awful?
Oh, God.
That's what you call the Mike Clark slice.
You're not the best golfer here. Wait till I tell everyone about this.
You stink.
Just have to stop herring. Green. Think the shark, man. Nice. Four! Get in the hole! Oh! It hit her. Uh-oh. I yelled. I mean... Oh, boy. Are you okay?
You're not the best golfer
Wow, that captured everything we've been saying the last half hour is captured right there, man.
That was pretty phenomenal.
God, wasn't that boy? Shot right under the green. It's like the U.S. Open. You just have to become like the shark, man.
Can I try it really quick?
I'm working a hat. Oh, Christ! How can you make a line drive with a 9-iron? A 9-iron is supposed to have a nice high loft. It's not.
You're not the best golfer here. Tell everyone about it. You stink.